Now DRX with his weird comp makes it a lot harder to prep for, but is Billy experienced against this type of situation? We see it a lot in EU, some tier 2 teams playing it as well in NA. Viper makes it really difficult to actually play into these retakes, especially when you get to this A side of the map. And that's where DRX is going right away.
Meanwhile, it's just Yosemite who's playing here from Billy, and he's playing up in heaven. You see, they were concerned with losing hell control. They had the alarm bot, they had the nano down there.
Oh,
Yosemite
wait,
drops down? What?
And they're mollied off from spawn with the orb up. This is what I'm talking about. It's like impossible to get through with just the first wave of util. You have to wait for that second to come through, and here it is.
But again, it's isolated. Right now starting to funnel out, but they've done such a good job of containing them out from Link. They just waterfall their way into the next round.
That already is the first sign of them not being experienced, but I was just asking about in terms of scrimming against a comp like this. The win conditions for DRX a lot of times is just relying on trying to get on site with minimal losses, minimal util, and then use all the mollies possible to stall. Not even play for post-blind, although that's something that they can rely on too, which is a tough thing to tell whether they're doing one or the other.
Right.
Billy needs to answer both of those questions immediately on this defensive half. Otherwise, we're going to see the streak from DRX continue.
A little bit of information off of that flash, forcing the smoke out. You see the ward being picked up for stacks. And YZ's gotten a little aggressive. Nothing but a sheriff. And the alarm bot's going to keep him back. Does he hear it? Does he see it? It's cleared out. He dashes forward off of the fault line, and Buzz stunned up, drops him anyway.
The angle of that dash slightly bad because Buzz can actually hold that. First teammate, hold RB's back. If he gets up closer and then dashes into that stun into window, you're looking at a dead RB and a gun picked up from YZ. They're going to go for a second layer to this, push through garage fast.
There are 3 members here.
And there's no Trailblazer from Stacks either, so they can't really get this info.
Sorry, not just 3, the turrets here too. It finally gets cleared out. Meanwhile, they're pushing their way forward, and they decide they want to funnel out into the site, feeling like they've lost control of the situation, feeling like DRX were intent on going B instead. They try to take aggression, and it does not work out.
Yeah. That's the problem with going out garage. Yes, you can get yourself a kill. Yes, you can get yourself the win in that initial fight. But then it's so difficult because you can have players coming from spawn. You can have players coming from window. You can have players coming down the ramp in front of B. And that's what happened right there. Just nowhere else to go. That's 14 in a row now for DRX, and a big opportunity here. This bonus. If this starts to balloon, I don't see a way as a player you can stay in this when you've just had such a massive defeat.
No, I can't fathom that either. And remember, the first 2 halves that we've played, bonuses have been converted on. First, it was Billy. Second half of Lotus, it was DRX. Can they do it again? The opener on tonight is quite nice.
And Cest is the entry there, paired up with Buzz.
Oh my gosh! DRX may be back. Yeah, they seem to have forgotten about Lotus a long time ago.
This game might be the perfect game to make it so difficult for those people who love to overreact. And right here in the bonus, I'm going to do just that.
Yeah, go on, overreact.
Because Mako's on the flank, this round's over. And you also have RB playing mollies in the post line again. That's what they love in some of these situations. That's what they love to contend with. And I'm looking at a Billy who's going to struggle with that fact over and over.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it feels like DRX, if they're going to continue to catch these timings, it's very reminiscent of how Billy liked to play.
Yeah.
I think about how they did it against NRG on Split. I think about how they did it to DRX on Lotus in the opening half. Finding these ratty little timings to expose tiny gaps and make massive gaping wounds. But DRX is doing the exact same thing back to them.
And for me, the first 2 series that Billy played, everything did go their way. They were winning clutches. They were winning magic moments.
Yep.
Not quite the same thing here. DRX is the one, in my mind, who's having those moments. Opportunity here. Billy on a light buy. There's a Guardian up for Yosemite.
And
Guardian down.
Yeah, and that felt like that really felt like a perfect representation of what you were talking about just a few moments ago, where it felt like the magic was leaning towards VLG. You think about that in the opening to Lotus or against NRG, Yosemite hits those shots. He gets 2, right? And the crowd goes nuts, and we go, how the heck are they doing this? What's going on? That spark isn't there anymore. And in fact, it feels like such a distant memory.
And against Fnatic too, it was like, okay, we're expected to lose this. They lost. You don't have to contend with anything mentally there.
Right, yeah.
Here, they've been punched so hard. It's a gun punch losing that one. You get all the air sucked out of you.
Not just to lose the way that they did on Lotus, but then also to start here. The fact you lose a pistol, the fact that you get bonused. Bianca's about to face 4 members of DRX. Yeah, he gets 1 for his troubles.
30 seconds left.
But that's all it is.
And you need to start doing some damage here for Billy. You can't just rely on your loss bonus to Balloon. If you want to come back into this, if you want to stop the momentum, you have to deal with the economy of DRX, which is really starting to go a little crazy.
I mean, it's mad when you think about it. Zest at 55, Buzz and Stacks, 48 and 47 respectively. Like,
he did pick up a Phantom, so maybe he can save that. Walking away from his teammate, though, is not going to be the way to do it.
No.
And that's the problem there. Knight needs to try to die in this situation, whereas YZ wants to escape with the Phantom, then they can't play for each other. He's going to go back for the Phantom, which is good. At least one of them gets alive, but what I was talking about, this bank, ballooning and ballooning. The ult is ballooning and ballooning, and on this map again, this is one where his ults are so impactful. A pit by Zest. Lockdown, the Seekers, all such valuable tools here for DRX, not to mention the knives from Buzz too, although with Bank, it's really difficult to even find yourself a place to use them. And this timeout marks 16 rounds in a row lost for Billy. If you didn't have enough time to contend with that loss on Lotus, this is the time to start to reconcile with that fact.
And reconsider your approach into Haven. You're right. A total of 5 kills across all members of Billy right now. I mean...
Hey.
I mean...
That's one of those guys I'm talking about, right? The overreactors.
I mean, the situation doesn't look good.
Dude, I love this game. I mean, in that first map, everybody's like, it's over, DRX is done, they're going home.
Yep.
The second half, they're like, oh, they're back, Billy is fake.
Those tunes change quick.
I love being a part of the VALORANT community when we overreact and we just can't stop.
No.
We can't.
No. Nor should we.
All right, so you're saying this game is Jover?
Oh, yeah, it's Jover.
That's messed up.
Billy have to stop the bleeding here. The fact that you've invested in a timeout as early as you have, YZ has the op, and it seems like it's going to be a peek out of Garage, but there's really no setup for it. I thought maybe a combo with a fault line or something like that, but this is...
He loves to go dry.
Yeah.
He loves to do that, and he is the master of re-peeking. We've seen him do work at angles like this, but look at DRX. They're already considering an early one-way, so he can't peek out. Now he can activate the dash and go for something more. This turret, nobody's peeking off of it yet.
RB is just filled in behind it. He didn't even get the turret. That thing's still up, pesky as it is.
And look at this double duo of Zest and Buzz again in front of this smoke. Already got value before. Drone coming in from backside. This is an opportunity to isolate a fight for Buzz up close, and they miss him.
They have no idea. Is K-Knight aware? Is he expecting Buzz's presence?
I mean, Buzz kind of has to wait for a second smoke here on front B from either Mako or Rin to get out of this situation or use one of his own. But then he can get spammed.
Right.
If you show your presence. There's the smoke. Finally, he can get out.
He's going to push into it. They both pushed into it at the same time. K-Knight tried finding space in that smoke.
Oh, they pitted in, which makes the big threat of them walking into plant, but they're not actually going for it. This dog up short is going to actually give up the hit, though.
Yeah, they've got to be careful because BLG have 2 members here, and one of them is YZ with the op, but he's going aggressive. He's going forward. That's the pit down. Zest has fallen. YZ finds one with the op. And now the paranoia is going to delay even longer. Mako has to take a step back with the spike. 18 seconds left. There's no way into the site.
Yeah, this is overcooked. I don't think they're going to have time to go either. C or B.
RB's the only one with some space, and he's now dropped.
And with the ult as well out of Bianc, he cannot die here. They might have time.
Oh.
And he does. Can he get the plant? No.
Oh.
Yes.
He's going to get it.
Just barely, I think.
How have they made it this far? This
Can't
could
lose
be
this one. You can't.
This could be a backbreaker. This could be devastating. Can Billy stabilize?
Oh, why is he on the angle? Mako can't go past it.
No.
And he knows. Buzz another one.
Not like this. A 2v2. Buzz with 3. He's got blades too. He's just perched down on the side. He's gotten 4. Can Buzz do it on his own? No, he falls. Mako looking for it. The spam connects. A back-breaking round as BLG crumble once more.
That is just absurd. And Billy, not only do they have to deal with the fact that they just lost to a perfect halves after dominating on their first. They were so close. Now, once again, so close. But they get hit with a 2v5. Oh my goodness.
It was like 0.1 left on the clock when the spike went down.
And they're going for a fast push down mid. Knives active for YZ, going for the Fnatic push.
This is well set up. He's gonna see so much. Zess was the one that didn't get caught though. And they continue to push into the aggression from BLG.
Looks like they expected it. Zess was already hiding from the dart pre-round.
An attempt at catching him slipping just spells more disaster. DRX up 6-0.
18 in a row. Following up from Lotus. I asked if we wanted a bloodbath. Some people would be happy on that first half, but this is absolutely brutal.
Billy back with weapons, the op in the hands of YZ.
Every step of the way, they're expecting the peaks. They're expecting that push. Are they expecting the up down C now?
We haven't seen.
They are, man.
Yeah, that's mad.
Already smoking top C. Trying to deny information, force the op to rotate on a normal passive angle, but it's not normal.
Dude, it's crazy. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. They're flat. It really feels like they have nothing left.
Solo duels too there from K-Knight.
Nice from Bianc on the counter. Buzz is weak. Still so much to do. 31 HP left for him, and he's got to hold the side by himself. And Bianc very well may.
Player standing.
A 1v1. Another opportunity at getting back into this. And this time it connects. Finally breaking the streak of, what, 18 rounds in a row?
18 in a row, but big round for Billy. They lose 2 players early. That's a 3v5, so some life in them still. And the Billy fans in the crowd desperately trying to inject some energy and deny the DRX fans something here in the arena. But this is what I'm talking about. It's so difficult. If you didn't do damage early into this bank from DRX, you're gonna constantly get hit with, now you have all these ults up. And Billy, for the first time, not with max loss bonus, insta ult into heaven for Mako.
And he's sticking it. There's so many things you're gonna have to contend with here if you're Billy. You've got Buzz dashing forward, you've lost having control. They have to play off.
You should run.
Dual lockdown though. Are there mollies from RB? I think he just plays on the spike, which means they can play post plant here.
How do they handle this?
Lineups from Zest, lineups from RB.
Knight has ult.
4 out heaven.
But they don't expect Mako here, do they? Oh, he gets hit by the stun. He's gonna dash right into him. YZ falls. Buzz still playing down in hell, no armor, 72 HP. The swing out into smoke, the spam connects. As Buzz gets another, looking for the third, and he finds it.
They just got flooded back in a situation where they're the ones trying to use that breach ult to get out on site. Buzz is under, really deep in dark, under heaven. He puts himself in a position where he doesn't get ulted, is able to protect Mako, who is luckily in the best position ever when YZ's trying to dash out. He's literally in his smoke.
Yeah.
Not able to trade that kill, and that allows all the players coming back from the lockdown to rush their way back in.
Buzz was a hero there for sure. 13-3 for DRX, and I don't know how Billy slowed this down, man. I really don't. They continue to put tools in the hands of their star, YZ, once again with a rifle.
And he's not going to have an op in the rest of the half for this, though,
No.
because of this decision, unless somebody can save up for him, which Yosemite might be in position to do later on.
They ran it a couple times, and it didn't find a ton of value. That was so far back.
I do like how DRX are swapping up the person who's going up with Buzz to clear up close B. Normally it was Zest, this time it's RB.
Yeah.
RB is a less risky player to invest in this one. Already using one of his mollies, and Zest is closer
I've got your
to any sort of impact in terms of ults.
Ooh. Zest almost catches him there.
Oh, they're looking to pounce if that Seeker actually gets a little bit more information about how empty that site is.
Yeah, you could tell they were threatening it. But alas, they turned their attention to A once more. YZ, the only rifle in hand! And 2 found.
Down A.
But you see it,
30 seconds
paranoia,
left.
concerned about what's coming elsewhere.
Here.
RB is through garage right now.
I don't know that they're out of play. I mean,
Oh my goodness, he is deep.
Recalling my box.
can they pick up these weapons? Can BLG?
He didn't clear the site, so DRX is going to have to do that themselves, but RB's in position to backstab them
seconds left.
through their own spawn.
Yeah, but there's really nobody who's going to be there. It's just K-Knight. And if K-Knight can win this duel out, they have so much control because they've upgraded weapons! They scooped up the weapons that were left down long, and now there's a fighting shot at this.
It's not planted for spawn either here. It's not planted for RB. Mako has to do everything. There's
He's done-
nobody coming RB's way.
I mean, he's done it before, though. Can Mako do it again? The fault line. Mako looking to connect, only 1 found. RB by himself in a 1v3, and the frenzy from a distance, no less, gets Billy their second.
That right there, you asked how do they stay in this, that right there was how. 2 hero rifles bought, they were still gonna be able to buy next round, so dealing with losing that loss bonus really well, and winning in that instance with the MasterCard Thrifty is so important. They had 3 frenzies, 3 pistols. Look at this out of YZ. And Doug, I think I have the script. I think they're gonna go ahead, DRX is gonna close out this half 10-2, and then there's gonna be the perfect half.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got the script already?
Yep.
Well, we'll have a little bit of time to discuss this script as Billy's starting to find some life and injecting some pace into this defensive side. Again, YZ was the hero that last round because not only does he get the kills with the rifle that was invested and put into his hands, but that allowed the additional rifles to get picked up for Billy to give them a fighting shot at that.
And just those 2 rounds is enough to start to break the bank from DRX. It's not perfect out of them, but plenty still. If they're able to start stringing some rounds together, we might end up with a broken bye towards the end here for DRX. Either way, they're still in full control. But I think possibilities creeping back into Billy's head with those couple of round wins that they've gotten now. But they are starting to rely on some significant hero plays out of YZ. And you can see in some of those lost rounds too, people solo peeking to try to find value. They need these last 3.
So desperately. And they find themselves with a fighting chance.
I will say these halves with this type of Viper comp are really swingy. We can get really massive leads on one side or the other.
Are they going to try, again, aggression towards mid? This lineup from beyond, the fact that K-Knight just invested his fault line, YZ close. Oh, it's so well
A
handled.
double peek from mid
Yeah.
and garage. Whoa!
So nicely done.
And that's timed with Bianca's dart landing so that everybody is trying to avoid it or hit it.
All right, either you clear it out and then you get sucker punched, or you're lit up like a Christmas tree. DRX quiet on that one as they start to rotate towards A in a 3v5.
Somehow, some way, he's avoiding the alarm bot right now. No way to actually know that it's long. That gets some space. This peek from Yosemite.
Oh, just a bit behind.
And that was Marco smoking late because he's trying to get
planted.
space here for Zest.
And those shocks are going to show up late too. And Sax had already cleared out so much. They invest 100 Fury, though. Bianca's getting a little bit of damage done. Sax is going to fall into the aftershock. A little bit more, though, as Zest gets 2.
These mollies are so good in that orb. He's going to TP past it, though. Oh, right into Zest!
Mako's really far back, too, and right now there's a smoke impeding his view, but they have to clear Zest, and they do. Bianca pushing forward. K-Knight with 3, and another round for BLG.
Might have started slow, but it might end strong here in these last couple of rounds on the half for Billy.
Out of charges.
And don't forget, this is a team, it's their first time stepping on a global stage at this event in group stages. It's their first playoff match at a global event ever. And they've actually earned themselves with their group stage push to get a second opportunity, even if they go down in this game. But everything that they learn along the way is so crucial. And I think you're already seeing them break through one of those barriers.
YZ is a judge. And Blades online. Wanting to find a way to peek through the smoke. You see the fault line set up for K-Knight too. They're going to pounce on this. They're going to pounce on this because Yosemite's going to get some info early on. And there it is. There's the fault line. And there it is for Yosemite. 2 found. YZ with the 3rd. Oh, it was a trap, and they took it. RB's going to have to 1v5 his way through this round. What a spectacular setup for Billy.
Most beautiful part about that to me is that the Jet's not the one pushing up short. Every other team is going for that sort of approach. But they carpet bomb through. Sewers with the breach, with the Omen, with the KJ following it up. And then it's YZ that they're baiting into with the Judge. And again, a fantastic smoke out of Rin from cross map. They found some life yet, and honestly, the fact that these rounds are coming, they're coming at crucial moments where DRX does not have these ults at any point in these last couple.
And they don't really have it. I mean, they have some money to bring this into this. A Bulldog for Buzz, he's got Blades, Zest with the Guardian, and meanwhile, the op for YZ. Currently no challenge down too long, though. And it seems like Billy are intent on wanting to take some of that space. They've tucked Yosemite into Cubby.
I love this too. YZ with the op on the angle, if they ever spot him. It's so much more difficult to deal with a player in Cubby because you're trying to not get opt at the same time.
Right.
There's the possibility of going for a pop smoke, but very unlikely to happen. But in that light, nice attempt there from Zest to break the turret with the spam, and he finds it.
There you go. Second time's a charm.
You normally don't have high pen weapons on the attack side, so the fact that the money is broken actually allows them to do that.
Prowler.
Are they trying to go for that same pit where Zest was trying to lurk through A when they hit the execute?
They may.
And maybe even force Buzz into a position. No, it looks like they just want to hit this B site.
Yeah, the smoke and the flash. Buzz dashing out with paranoia to follow.
Oh, love that underneath him too, so he can push back into the back of sight. There's that pit I was talking about.
Mako feeling some of that pressure, has to reposition. They've got Buzz back sight.
Remember, Mako can always TP out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But is there
shocks!
something to clear Buzz?
The plant didn't go down. 15 seconds, they have to rush it.
Zest is going to have to do it on his own, and Buzz gets cleared out as well. Managing to get the spike down, but you're left in a 5v3.
Oh, risky moment there. Zest was the one who had to go recover the spike. This lockdown's going to push off the pit.
They're going to have to give it up. And that's going to open up all the sight lines.
He's going to stay, Doug. They're going to try to hold the pit up.
Oh, it's so audacious. He does find 1 kill for it. He's still alive. Oh my gosh, he finally gets cleared out.
Position.
A 3v2, stacks with both. He's gonna have to get it 5 HP and he cannot. Rin winning out the crucial 1v1 in the 11th hour.
And all of a sudden, this is very much a game again. We've been in this position before, but this one much closer. Billy's still holding on.
I mean, for both of these teams, we've seen them have to deal through so many mental hurdles. For DRX, it was halftime in Lotus. And then when we really thought, everyone thought BLG was done, Billy was no longer gaming. They come back to get it to a 7-5 half, a competitive one at that. And for DRX, we've got to ask, really, we're going to get the pleasure to ask Buzz this because they got through the group of death. They had a nice long break. Let's see how they spent that time.
일단은 플레이오프에 가장 먼저 진출하게 되어서 너무 기쁘고요. 일단 그 플레이오프 경기 전까지 많은 시간이 있는데 그 많은 시간 동안 잘 준비해가지고 플레이오프에서 어떤 팀을 만나든 이길 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다. 사실 그 죽음의 조라고 불릴 만큼 많이 강한 팀들이 섞여 있고 어려운 조였는데 당연히 어느 팀을 만나든 이길 자신이 있었지만 저희도 질 수 있겠다라는 생각을 갖고 방심을 하진 않았고 일단은 플레이오프는 일단 그룹 스테이지보다 훨씬 더 중요하니까 그냥 저희끼리 그냥 이 남은 시간 동안 플레이오프를 잘 준비해서 좀 더 새로운 거를 만들어야 될 것 같고 그리고 좀 더 부족했던 거를 좀 더 많이 채워야 될 것 같고 그렇게 하면 또 이제 상대도 저희를 이제 간파하기 좀 어려워질 것 같아서 저희가 남은 시간을 잘 활용해서 그런 강점을 많이 이용해야 될 것 같아요. 다른 팀한테 없는.
Utility's just gonna be so much to deal with. Buzz killed himself. Falls to his own nade, but Zess makes it okay. Keeps him in it. And Zess gets 3.
다른 팀한테 없는 그런 많은 시간을 잘 이용해서 저도 괜찮고 저도 어차피 패자조 가서 이기면 된다라는 마인드로 저희가 졌다고 너무 분위기가 다운만 안 되면은 패자조 가서도 혹은 1맵을 지든 2맵을 지든 다음 맵에서 좀 더 힘을 발휘할 수 있을 것 같아요. 죽음의 조에서 올라온 DRX이기 때문에 절대 쉽지 않은 경기일 거예요. 그래서 아무래도 좀 준비를 단단히 하고 오는 게 좋을 것 같습니다. 저희는 어느 팀을 만나든 아주 강력하기 때문에 잘 준비하고 오십시오.
For DRX working through the gauntlet that they did, they seemed to walk away from that a little bit more weathered, perhaps a little bit more grisly.
Yeah.
And that's what gotten them to this point in a situation where most teams crumble. Down 10-2 at half. They made a run at it. Now they find themselves on the receiving end of something special where Billy have made a run at this.
I love that from Buzz too. It's like he predicted the comeback on that first map. He said, we're trying to work on having that ability.
Oh, it worked. The time invested, remember the long break that they had. If that was their intent, if that was their focus, job well done.
Zess did use a molly here to prevent them from taking backside, to use this, keep this wall up, but Billy wants to flood behind it too.
This is so messy. It's a 5v5 for the site! And they've left Buzz tucked, but they know he's there! Bianca and YZ! A 2K for both. And RB's now just starting to rotate onto the site. And it's not gonna work out. Billy with the ever-crucial pistol.
It's a really cool round from DRX, but Billy with the better response. So talking about preparation there at halftime. Both sides know exactly what to do in this situation. The fact that molly goes down signals to Billy. Okay, they don't want us backside. Let's wait until they take it and then really pinch them from all sides. YZ's first initial push, fantastic. And DRX is playing solo Killjoy towards A on both sides. Both the pistol and this one. No orb to even support him there.
Look at where Yosemite and Ren are right now.
Yeah, they're chilling in spawn.
Yeah, they're so far back.
Yosemite's just on top of, like, under his turret.
Guess they're just expecting some pressure and some aggression from the defense. It just never comes.
It's interesting too because it was the right choice at the beginning of the round, but with the pressure up C long, DRX has chosen not to actually stay around in garage, stay around in mid. It looked like they might go for a similar push to what Billy was trying on their own ecos.
I believe RB spotted some of the players down long. But I guess not fully convinced that that's where the hit's coming from. Now he knows. I mean, he's stunned up. He's not going to be able to get off site. He's paranoid. He's flashback sight. Managing to find comfort in the smoke, but eventually cleaned up nonetheless.
It's so difficult to stay on site there when that paranoia is coming in, the stun's coming in, breaking the dart is difficult by yourself. You can see him panic on all directions there. Nothing he can do to get off.
Here.
It's just like waiting for death.
Oh, perfectly timed. One way, but he just walks into it. They're flooding out right now, and it doesn't matter anyways.
Oh, they're trying. They're trying, and just not the case. Billy somehow, after the disaster that we saw in the opening at Haven, have tied us up at 7.
This is a streak of their own right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start counting the other way at this point.
I was just remembering, how far did I get?
18.
Not enough fingers.
They've won 6 in a row, 7 of the last 8. going back to that first half. And again, I've got to draw attention to this because it's happened 3 times now. Every team and a half has won the bonus when they've had the opportunity to do so. 3 for 3. Can Billy continue that streak?
Ending ahead.
The fact that this is already tied is commendable for Billy right away, because other teams who lose that first map like that, they crumble. We've seen it before against DRX against Furia back at Champions. It was a massive comeback to bring it back to OT and win instantly. And that second map, devastating. Here though, Billy still holding on and potentially could take the lead if they win the bonus.
Nice trade.
Cover going out.
Definitely favors the attackers in most cases, but Yosemite down means flanks are going to be possible. Wonder if DRX wants to start to go for it, but without Buzz, usually that's the guy who would go for some aggressive pushes.
Right.
They found Mako alone here though. And again, same situation, he's gonna make a TP play up close to the orb.
But he meets the same fate, much like we saw in the previous round. Stacks pop, flashing out of the smoke, doing it on his own. And they've gotten a shot at this. They've kept this very competitive. Bryn's gonna have to do it on his own. A 1v2 RB weak. Waiting for the challenge on the other side, and DRX throw the brakes on it, understanding the onus is on Rain to swing out and make something happen. Zest get 3, DRX take the lead back.
Zest has been phenomenal in this series. 15-9 right now, but in particular, throwing that molly as they go for the flood actually lands perfectly onto one of the players from Billy. Vulnerables them up, makes it difficult for them to position themselves, which is one of the key strengths out of this Billy side. You see actually 2 mollies thrown out, landing perfectly. One on default and one where the Jet normally dashes. That fast flood as well, getting the flash onto YZ. Something that YZ's been getting caught out a lot by.
Oh, they've set Buzz up here. Now spotting both. Well handled, dancing around and trying to isolate the gunfights, but that's all it is for now. K-Knight has the Rolling Thunder.
Drone traded by Trailblazer, keeping the space here by Stacks. Well done. And the drone doesn't get info about exactly what's on the other side, because that's instantly re-cleared. Mako denies any more information from being gathered. Breach ult though, and they're playing up close. This could be really bad for DRX.
That flash didn't hit.
Look how back he's playing right here to make sure that he's hitting the player in short.
It didn't hit Buzz. Oh my goodness, it didn't hit Buzz. They're gonna check him. No, they don't! Buzz goes unchecked. Stacks gets another. DRX refused to relent on the site. K-Knight left by himself. The setup man now having to play getaway.
30 seconds left.
He can't.
And Buzz has just gotten away with the round. Just crazy. He just tucked himself into that smoke. And once again, a different smoke from Zest. He's throwing a lineup from spawn at the beginning of the round so he can set up on C as well. So spreading his Viper Yuto really wide and allowing somewhere to play for Buzz. Normally that smoke is going in between the default box and short. And here he's using it on long instead for that moment right there. It's simple things.
Just when it seemed like DRX was in trouble. I mean, the site exec looked so good. There was really no way, right, that they were going to survive. Yosemite even started to check the corner.
Yeah, he spammed him too. I mean, Buzz got down to 29 instantly off a shot through the smoke.
And the timing to just turn away.
Everybody ran past him even after he was getting those kills, because you thought he was running away from his smoke. No, he stayed inside.
I mean, the chaos in a situation like that to try to keep your wits about you is so difficult.
Even to get the right information. 2 here players hitting the site. During an execute like that, comms have to be clean, crisp. Not quite there for Billy. And they will use their final timeout of the potentially series here. I'm still, sometimes I'm looking at the score, I'm looking at the series score, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is fine. Billy losing this map would be okay. No, because I had already written into my head, yeah, for sure they won that. And we heard from the desk too, that Lotus game was the biggest comeback after a 10-2 half. And DRX might own the majority of biggest comebacks ever at global events.
Yeah, they've had their fair share of them.
It's ridiculous. I've seen 9 threes from them, obviously, with the curse, but 10
Right
twos
there.
as well. We just saw exactly that. Now here on Haven, they're putting down a comeback attempt from Billy. And they've actually kind of forced a weird situation to buy. It's stingers, it's knives, could be popped from YZ.
Just the one rifle in the hands of K-Knight.
Get out
And
of my way.
there's definitely not as much nuance here in the Billy attack side that we were seeing on Lotus.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
It's a
agreed.
lot harder for them to, ooh, they're just gonna pop, maybe push through garage. Yeah, he's going for it. It's instantly denied by Zest of all people again.
The blades blunted, the hit on the other side falls too. K-Knight with a nice trade onto Mako, but whatever attempt they had at trying to catch him sleeping just does not manifest.
A cool attempt, but
Yeah,
very low success rate.
yeah.
One attempted to push your jet into B, into C link to go for a garage pinch on that. And there was not even smokes there from Rin to really assist with that. It's just, why is he trying to do it on his own? Look at this. That one smoke, but not a follow-up on to spawn, and then Rin TPing in. We've seen him so many times TP in front of DRX players. Maybe hoping for his teammates to get the kill so he can go for a fast push through garage, which would catch him off guard. Speaking of off guard, they're going to go for another C push, maybe a dash. Yep, dash through from YZ.
They've taken the space. What do BLG do off of this? Do they understand what they've lost, and do they try to pounce elsewhere?
Yeah, Buzz. So much control. They should have heard the stun. They should have heard everything, and they should have seen the wall swap, but I'm not even sure they've got that info yet.
I don't think so.
Nobody peeking mid, only a turret, so they might not. And once again, that orb swapped back to give room for RB to play in short instead. Everything's so well considered from DRX on this defense.
I mean, they've got him corralled and controlled.
Buzz early info, yep, no damage done to him. And this wall actually supports him quite good.
Yeah. Just a question of how much gas is left in Viper's tank and when that wall goes up.
Might not be any, actually. They're through it.
Yeah. Fully disrespecting the wall, the aftershock back sight. You hear the ult come through as they try to clear Buzz off this area. Mako has joined him.
Smoke lasts forever. They just hold on to backside. It's so nice.
Are they going to get to this? Yeah, they are. They're intent on trying to take the site, and so far, so good.
30 seconds left.
Billy have dropped 3. Make that 4. RB left alone. We've seen him in situations like this so often. A 1vx when the round seems like it's done. But can RB inject some magic into a situation where a couple of members are weak? No. Billy with another.
Mako there succumbing to what Rin just did. He TP'd backside where Billy players were ready for them. It's very difficult to deal with. In that situation, Mako throwing his smoke down, trying to play. You can see it right there on your screen. Mako, as the smoke elapses, is trying to get an advantage as Stacks fills the
30
space that he
seconds
leaves. But either way, Billy is so comfortable hitting the site, realizing they don't get the space that they really need, waiting for a little bit, and then pushing even further. And that's another example of that. Beautiful freeze.
Buzz with the op. And they very well might end here. They've taken some A main control, but concerned about short with really no setup here. I mean, you see the respect that both Jets are showing one another.
Yeah, this is interesting right now. I think Billy is considering the fact they just smoked the turret. DRX did, so they don't have information about what's down mid, so that's why they slowed down a little bit on A.
Is it going to reach? It didn't spot him. Oh my god. Oh, it finally spots him. Just at the very end.
They should have seen the op in his hands too. Trailblazer to maybe get him back on the line, and if it goes deep enough, he might get back and get all the info. Mako needs to stay alive though.
It's going to be difficult to do. 31 HP, no armor left, but he TPs and stays alive. Now Billy rotating towards C. Yosemite, the only one who's taken some damage so far for the attacking side. A note here, Zest is ahead of this. He's already rotated over. The Molly again from the Viper to cause some problems on the flood out from Billy, but they managed to circumvent it for now. RB 45 HP tucked behind the wall, trying to find some space. Again, this is madness. Almost every single player is just standing here on the site. There's nothing but smokes and walls keeping them apart from one another. And as soon as it goes down, it's going to be a bloodbath. 1 for 1 early on. Sax looking for another, but it's BLG once again.
who established control, but do they know Mako's here? He can stop the round by himself. He's gonna swing on it, but the spike planted. Mako with 3 and the round is over. DRX with another.
And he gets the final kill through the spam. He's just trying to deny the plant. I don't even know if he knew what was going on. Either way, if he doesn't get that, Buzz is so far away in that 1v1. Really difficult. BLG losing track of how many players were backside. I'm pretty sure they saw Mako early in that, when that wall, when the smoke all fell.
I can't believe that. Yosemite was so weak. The free kill, the spam through the box. We've talked so much about streaks in this series. DRX have won 4 of the last 5. They've reestablished control in the face of a ferocious attempt at a comeback from Billy.
And Billy has slowed down so much since those early attempts.
Yeah.
Remember, they were just throwing things at the wall in terms of pushing B on their ecos, trying to up the pace. But they're realizing that's the wrong strategy. And at this point, you start to second guess any ideas of what you have on the game.
Here.
They're so consistently being put in that position on C where they just can't push further through the Viper wall.
Through Zess's mollies, yeah.
And we saw the beginning of the half start in exactly that fashion.
What do they do to counter this? It seems like they want to set up for a flush out of garage, but I mean, RB is going to step back on the smoke. You got the fault line set up from K-Knight for them to dash out forward. You've got the paranoia set up too.
Oh, pit reactively, but there's an ult coming out from Bianca right now. Does he tag anything?
They haven't gotten out onto site.
No.
Dude, DRX have handled this so well.
30 seconds and they have to pivot. They can't go C anymore.
30
There's no way to flush Zest out.
But they've left Yosemite as a trap.
A trick! Oh, where did that shot go? That looked like it was gonna be between his eyes. Buzz sticking around. And he pays for it. That's Billy. It seemed labored, it seemed late, but they roll over DRX. Can Zest 1v4 this? What's the money situation look like? Spotty. Buzz has a bit to go around.
Toxins going up.
So maybe they take a shot at this, but he's just gonna save this. Not wanting to give a orb over to K-Knight, to Yosemite, who's very close to his lockdown too.
Toxin screen down.
A 20-second decision to push back out of garage and into B. Into the hop. Buzz with a crucial missed shot.
I mean, Andy, to take a look at that one more because that looked on.
Yeah, could come back to haunt him for sure.
And then the decision to stay.
Try to deal. Oh, whoa.
What? What happened there?
Did he have a gun? Yeah, he did. That's question mark.
Where did he die?
Just to the spike down bottom grass.
Yeah, but
there's that miss. Oh my God. I'd be so mad.
And there's a hole in his hood now.
And then just ripping them apart with the insert in garage too.
Oh, bro.
That's just not.
That's silly.
No reaction. Love it. Ay, ay, ay.
2 rounds keeping these two teams apart. DRX still with control, the op in the hands of Buzz, but they're going fast towards A. And that's not where they are. YZ with blades, the first one found. He's got to drop down, but K-Knight's there to help. Can Zest once again be the anchor? Can it be too much? He's already gotten 2. He tries to pop out. Zest almost with 4.
I swear every series that guy has game-saving multi-kills. And it might just have happened again. Buzz and Mako on the retake. Mako's been great. Buzz with the op, though, is going to find it difficult to get value.
That's going to hit him.
Maybe both? Buzz has knives.
That is both, you're right. But the dash forward, he clears hell first. Leaving Byung by himself, and Buzz snatches it back. Beautifully set up by Mako. The paranoia was pixel perfect.
That's the difficult situation when you go for that setup. It's so consistent at getting value normally. Setting up the crossfire in dark, in graffiti. And I don't know how that takes down K-Knight. That's just ridiculous.
Dude, holy Zest, man.
He's
what
been
a hold.
A rock.
Yep.
I call him that all the time, but he really is. And DRX is on match point, not match point, series point. Upper bracket semifinal point. A team who gets there almost every time. Here they are again. No strangers to it. And definitely no strangers to closing out maps like this.
Billy do have some tools, though. They've got the Rolling Thunder, Reynez is ult, currently with the Spike, but you see the buy, Bianca with the Spectre.
And they've swapped up this wall again, don't forget. The Viper wall in front of B, into Garage and down bottom C. It hasn't worked in the past. That's a lot of info.
3 spotted with that Trailblazer.
And that's from C-Link. I mean, that thing went far. Drone to get him up close. Mako with the smoke. They're not going to rely on that delay. Remember, they can't without the Viper wall. So Mako maybe has 1 assist smoke.
Crosshair train, and once again, the miss, but he somehow dodges it once more, dashing forward, trying to find space, and Mako with 2. But Rin on the counter, punching right back.
Mako was full stunned in that situation. Zest is fast.
Again, can Zest be the hero for DRX once more?
Just gets the kill and backs off. Playing this very well, but here's the freeze from Billy. Can they find any way to maybe TP it on the other side? Maybe, if Bianco's aggressive.
But you leave him here by himself? No, they're gonna dig their heels in, at least I thought, towards C. A reposition to play down long.
Bianca thinks he can play. Yeah, they're playing away from the Killjoy lockdown.
Oh, he's got 2 shocks too.
Oh, where's he
Rin,
gonna TP?
where are you headed?
Remember, K-Knight on Lotus was so good at finding the proper spots,
This
but
is so safe.
he's not even using it through B. Too scared. It's not planted for long, remember, but actually putting that threat in their head.
It is, and he's got shocks, but he's not using them. He's just gonna try to spam through, and RB's gonna be able to hold it the whole way. There was not enough. RB sticks it. DRX survives the best possible shot that BLG throw their way in advance.
Up into that upper bracket semifinal. It is exactly where they belong. DRX not only prove that they can stay deep with resilience against teams who are definitely putting up fights, but on top of that, they prove, once again, we saw yesterday with Lau,